What up, y'all? Snake Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. Let's talk about another thing that I don't like about gangs, right? And the reason why I'm going so hard on gangs is because I do not want the kids to be anything like y'all niggas. Most of y'all corny if you're watching this video. And if you feel some type of way and you're a part of a gang and you're watching this video, it's because deep down you know you're the person I'm talking about. Now for the sensitive folk, right, in every gang, of course not every single person in a gang is a dick rider, is a follower, right? Is a leech, is a coward who needs to hide behind a gang in order to have protection and feel like they're important, right? Of course it's not every single person in the gang. But I'm talking about like on the high end, it's probably 60, 70, 75% who are the bottom feeders. Who are the bottom feeders of our communities, the people who really don't even deserve to be around anymore, right? These are the people who I wish the civilians would really just snitch on and get them out of here. Gang members have this God complex. Have you ever noticed this? Like if you in the hood, right? Or if you be in places where guys from the streets be at and they happen to be in gangs, and especially if they got their numbers together, especially if it's like 3 to 5 of them, you would notice that they have this God complex as if they're better than everyone. As if everybody needs to respect them. They demand their respect and they want to intimidate everybody and talk loud and talk in their gang slang and disturb the peace. For what reason?
Stop it. Get some help.
These niggas really act like they're important, right? And this is what it be, right? It be a bunch of men trying to impress a whole bunch of other men, right? It's quite gay, if you ask me. Like,
oh my God, that was so funny.
it's gay that y'all go so hard. Do I have to say again, it's not all of y'all? Like anyone watching this video, right? Do I have to say it's not all of them? Or can we just be logical enough to understand that, of course, I'm making a generalization, but it's not every single gang member, okay? I have respectable gang member friends, okay? I have GDs in my family, Bloods, Crips, all of that in my family, right? But they're stand up. I don't know about the rest of these niggas, but it's like they have this God complex as if they're better than everyone, and everybody needs to adhere to their whims and their energy when they're around, right? And it's like, for one, it's kind of gay, cause it's like it's men trying to impress other men. It's men acting tough to appease other men. It's corny, and it's like, what do you think you deserve all this extra respect for? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? You know what I'm saying? You sold drugs. A lot of gang members on the low low, they got caught messing with Transformers. A lot of gang members, they prey on the weak. They groom, because that's the right word. They groom younger men in the neighborhood. They make them sell drugs for them. If they old enough to go visit other people in jail, they try to turn them into drug mules. You know, part of a gang initiation in some circles, as far as with women, is they ang, bang, gang. You know what I'm talking about? The women, whether they want to do it or not, they make them have to do it. There's pretty much nothing positive, nothing respectable about gangs in our communities, but yet they move around like they deserve so much respect. And here's the thing, right? They demand the respect or else they're gonna hurt you, right? They're gonna try to stab you, cut you, right? Rob you, jump you, shoot you, of course. And mind you, most of them are not even good shooters. They kill innocent bystanders all the time, okay? Like for instance, right? No, I'm not even gonna say that because that's too close to home. That's too personal, right? But some gang members done some dumb shit, right? But innocent people get hurt in the mix. And after all this chaos and destruction, they walk around all high and mighty, like everybody's supposed to respect them. And it's like, nigga, no. It's like, nigga, no. Be somebody respectable. Be somebody respectable. I don't care if you feel tough just because you got a bunch of other idiots who gonna jump out the window for you. And then when y'all all get locked up, y'all gonna tell on each other anyway. Because we know that's what happens. We know that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? For every famous celebrity that's in the game that 1090J exposes, there's 100,000 more unfamous street niggas that's doing the same thing. Tell it. Tell it. When the shit hits the fan, they snitching. They tell it. So these groups of people who are viruses, parasites, cancers to the community, they do absolutely nothing. They do nothing to advance black people, right? But they demand all this respect, right? And then let me tell you what gang members do in prison, right? Because I've been there. Let me tell you what gang members do in prison, right? They manipulate the weak to do things that they're scared to do on their own, or that they feel they don't have to do because they put in so much work. So much work. So they put a weaker individual in a position to get themselves killed, right? Right? They'll have a weaker person, right? Attack their opposition who they don't like, who they personally don't want to head up with, right? Who they personally don't want to get it on with, who they personally don't want to fight with, go blade to blade with, knife to knife with, gun to gun with, right? And then they'll make it seem like, hey, yo, listen, you just got to put that work in. When all due reality, you're terrified of your opposition, who'll be another gang member, and he got younger people doing the same thing. And then when you get to the maximum prisons and everything, for all y'all who don't know what a lot of gang members do, right? If you want protection and you want to join a specific kind of gang, right? They'll be like, okay, I'll give you protection in exchange for some booty. Let me put it in your butt. Let me put it in your butt. This is what a lot of gang members like when we talk about like gang members or street dudes who do multiple bids and extensive bids, like somebody who done 10 years and better in prison and they in a gang, you gotta look at them in a specific kind of way. Because he probably did something with another man while he was locked up. Probably. It's like there's this really a thing, like depending on what prison you go to and depending on what gang, like niggas will jump you and then they'll bring you over and they'll take your mail. They'll take your mail. Or it's like, let's say you've been juggling, let's say you owe money or something, right? Right? They'll be like, okay, you taking too long to give me my money. Give me some head now. You taking too long to give me my money. Let me put it in your butt now, right? This is what actually goes on. This is what actually goes on. Like, actually goes on. You know what I'm saying? And then them same dudes will come home and they have all these war stories and they'll talk about how tough they was. Like, half the time, they don't become better people. And they come home and they influence the next generation to be degenerates and be cancers to the community. These are facts. These are facts. Facts, okay? All right? Facts. These are facts. Like, there's secret stories, there's untold stories about younger gang members in the hood, right, who get touched and get abused by their big homies. There's untold stories about that, and it happens. You know, there's situations where younger guys in gangs, they end up getting killed, and you might think it's the opposition, but really it could be a big homie who was threatened to be exposed for what he did to the little homie. He like, yo, I gotta get rid of the little homie so my secrets stay safe, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, you know what I'm saying? This is what we dealing with. And then through it all, they have this God complex, like they the realest niggas around. They deserve all this extra respect, right? They want you to fear them. They want you to fear them. They want you to think that they're so great. When all due reality, they're bums. They're bums. They're cowards. They're cowards. They will run down on their own people. But when the police come, niggas is Speedy Gonzalez. Niggas is running. Niggas is running. You know what I'm saying? And then when they go to jail, they doing whatever the police tell them to do. You better believe that. The same big homie who ordering all the younger homies to do all the stupid stuff in the town, he gets locked up. He's doing whatever the police tell him to do. He still gotta ask permission to go to his cell to take a shit. He still gotta do that. He still gotta do that. Most of these men in gangs are not men because a real man stands on his own feet. A real man, right? A real man ain't afraid to be alone. A real man, right? Doesn't care what other people think about him. He has his own opinion on life. He has his own opinion, and if people disregard his opinion or disagree with how he feels, we don't gotta go to war. But we don't gotta be around each other. I could be alone and still live on my own principle. Period, man. Period.